Yo, peace and blessings. It's Topic Thursday. I just want to come with a topic that was on my mind. The topic for today is going to be about reincarnation. Now, some people have their own opinions, their own feelings when it comes to the topic of reincarnation. Some people believe in it, some people don't. Me personally, through the years, I do believe in reincarnation. As we know, energy never dies. Energy always goes somewhere else. And there's many, different reasons of why I feel that way. From when I was younger, even though I wasn't religious or into, things of that nature yet, as a young child, I always felt internally that, where did we come from? I always felt like when it came to death, because when people say, well, they used to tell me that when you die, that's it. Excuse me. So I used to always think to myself as a kid, this is like first grade. I used to always say, wow, so we just die and it's just pitch black and that's it? We just get buried in the grave and that's it? Like, show's over, nothing else? And that always made me think as a child, like, it has to be something more. It has to be something after. Like, that can't just be it. So it always intrigued me as a child to wonder about that. When it came to the topic of death and rebirth, I always felt like that can't just be it. It can't just be pitch black, you die, that's it, and you just gone to the waste. So as I got older, as I got more spiritual, as I got into more research and different things, and just going in internally too, and connecting with the higher power of God, source, whatever you call it. I just started getting more information, and then it made me start thinking the past few years about it has to be reincarnation, because for me personally, in my opinion, where were we at all these years before we were born? Like, what were we doing? Like, where was I at? Where was you at? Like, before we were born, where were we at? Like, even before the earth, where were we all? What were we doing? Like, you just telling me it took all these years, all the way to 1991, that's when I was born, for me to finally be here and be like, oh, this is life, this is the earth, this is, what it is. That doesn't sound right to me. We had to be somewhere else. Our energy had to be doing something else. The energy inside of us, our souls. It had to be somewhere else, because it's no way we just, all these years, we were just nowhere, and then when we finally were born, we just popped up and we're here. You know how many years that would be? Like, even before the earth, like, all those years, everything that happened in history, like, you know how many years that is of waiting to come here? So that's like one of the main things I started thinking about through the years. Like, it has to be life after, or something else after. It has to be. It can't just be you just die and that's it. Just pitch black, you gone. Because when I think about before we was born, I think about where were we all at? What were we doing? Where was our souls? Where were our energy? Were we something else? Were we, you know what I'm saying? It didn't even have to be another person. We could have been an animal. We could have been a plant. We could have been just dirt. Because like they say in the Bible, as dirt you were, and so to dirt, as dirt you were, and to dirt you shall return. Don't quote me on that, but that's not the exact phrase, but you know what I'm saying. It could have been anything. So that got me thinking more about it through the years, about it has to be something after. It can't just be, that's it, we're gone, and lights out. It gotta be another realm, it gotta be another part, it gotta be something, a different dimension, something else. Cause like I said, even when you think of the birth period, where were we at? What were we doing? Where was our souls? Where were our energy? It had to be something else we were doing before we came into our bodies. Because like I said, I was born in 91. I'm not sure when y'all were born out there. But that's a lot of years for me to just not be here yet. So what was I doing? I was just pitch black all those years. Then I just suddenly popped up. Like, so those are the things that make me, in my opinion, feel like it has to be reincarnation. Or, it has to be a stage of that. We had to be something else before we were in these bodies. And when we get out these bodies, we must be going somewhere else. Because I don't feel that it's the ride is over after that. I feel like it's the next stage, the next phase, something. So, and many people aren't going to agree with that. Some people don't believe in that. Some people feel this is just, there's one body, there's one life, and that's it. And I do understand that. But when you go beyond and start thinking more further than that about, where was I at before I was in this body? Where was everybody at? Where was my parents at? My family, everybody. And you just think of those chain of events and just the world period of everything that happened in history, from just how this world and this planet and other planets have emerged and become into the things that they are today that we know them as. So that always made me think deeper when it came to that topic. And I just wanted to, spark some brains today for Topic Thursday to make them think a little further, come up with their own conclusions, and to really dive deep into that topic. Because like I said, some people don't believe in it, some people do. And it's a very interesting topic when you really sit down and take the time to really critically think about it and really look for, the facts of certain stuff and even the opinions of certain stuff. And that's all really I gotta say about the topic. I don't want to keep going back and forth and babbling about it, but I just want y'all to think out there too for what y'all believe in. Like I said, some people are not going to believe in it, some people are, but me personally, I always felt since a child in my inner knowing that there's something else, beyond this life that we're experiencing now. As a child, I always felt like that, and through the years, like I said, I started thinking harder, like, where were we before we were born here? There's no way, it just doesn't sound right that we just was pitch black, just waiting all that time and then just come and be like, hey, I'm finally here on Earth, I'm born. Like, so, and even when you think of young kids, especially the kids in this era, they know a lot. Like, they could just tell you things that happened that they didn't even learn yet, and they know. And it's like, how did you know that? So things like that also makes me feel like it gotta be reincarnation of somebody of you coming back again. Because even when you look at the kids that's doing that, you're like, how do they know this? How do they know that? Nobody taught them this. And it was like, they were here before. And that's where you get the term old souls and different things like that. I consider myself as an old soul. I always was since a child. And I feel like that's why I used to feel like that when it came to that topic of death and birth and rebirth. And nobody even was teaching me nothing about that. I just always felt like that. So I feel like when you hear the terms old soul and stuff like that, I feel like that deals with reincarnation. Like, those old souls is coming back and being born again. And these children are further advanced than we ever seen children. And I feel like that's a big part in that. Like, they were here before. They know so much without anybody teaching them anything. Even adults are looking at them like, I don't know how they know that. So, like I said, it's an interesting topic. I would love to, hear people feedback on what they feel, if possible. But it's definitely something to think about. Definitely something to talk about with your friends and family and co-workers, associates out there. And to the next Topic Thursday, peace, blessings, and stay safe and keep doing your thing.